Hey friends, hello, hello, and happy Monday, Tuesday? Lord, what day is it? It's Monday. Happy Monday, friends. Yay. I am so glad y'all are here. We are going to be doing our March Christmas Club. I have some of it painted and some of it I don't. So come on in, grab something, some water, some soda, some tea. Come on in and join me while we paint this. I'm going to go ahead and get started because, as y'all know, if you are in the club, that each kit comes with 3 pieces. And so if I were to sit here and paint them all, it would just take over an hour, and nobody wants to sit here for that long, I don't think. So when you come on in, say hello. I'm just doing the red part right now. So with this kit, they got 3 different snowmen. The same snowman, just different ways. So they got a door hanger, a standing snowman, and then an ornament. So I'm just going to get some more red paint out here. That way I can do this guy. And as you come on, say hello. And I'm going to hold up each snowman, or I keep saying snowman, it's a Santa. Santa, some of you watching the replay are going to be screaming at me. And I'll show you how to paint him. That way you know what parts to paint and what not to paint. I am going to upload this video to YouTube. I don't know how well it's going to look because of the format, but by golly, we're going to try. So this was the big Santa door hanger. I call it a door hanger. It's more like a sign. I shouldn't even call it a door hanger. So this one, and then y'all got your standing snowman. And then you got your little ornament snowman. So most of the stuff I have painted, stuff that I have not, we're gonna paint now. And then I'll show you where to paint different things. So come on in, say hello. I will go over the colors that I used as well. So on your snowman, the only thing that you need to paint on this is the face, and then where the red goes, because all the other pieces cover it up. And so you're going to be painting down here. You're going to be painting over here, his hat. And then I think that's it. Yes, that's it, because everything else gets covered up with a piece. So that's the neat thing about this when you look at it and see where it's scored. And you can overlap, because this right here has a piece. That's the white brim of his hat. That gets something put on top of it. Same with the beard. So it's okay if you go over it a little bit. It's not going to matter. So you don't have to worry so much on this one to paint it and make sure you stay in the lines and all that good stuff. I will tell you, over here on the edge, that's where you're going to want to be careful. So you can take your paintbrush or whatever and just kind of line it up, and I'll show you a close-up here in a second. You don't want to go over into that face. So let me pull it up here. That's the only thing. And if you accidentally go over something, y'all can just repaint it. It's not a huge deal. Now, painting over red would be a pain, but it can be done. Y'all know that. If you wanted to give your Santa a more primitive look, you could paint him black underneath and then red on top, and that makes him look a little more primitive, especially if you're going to sand. So I'll show you on this area. You can see where that beard's gonna come off right there, that line. You can just paint right over top of that. Same with here. This is gonna get covered up with a white piece, his little tail piece. So you can go right down there, it doesn't matter. The only places you're going to want to be careful is right here when it's next to that face right there. Same on the other side. And that's with all of these snowmen. And again, if you accidentally paint over it, if you guys have followed me long enough, you know I accidentally paint over stuff all the time. And you just fix it. Okay? So let me hold up. This is the big the big Santa. I keep calling him a snowman. Okay, so your white beard is going to go where these lines are. So as you paint here, you can go over top of this. It's going to get covered. There's also a piece that goes down here, but you want to go down far enough so you want to go past these lines right here. Okay. Let me know in the comments if you are somebody that got the kit. I know I had one lady say she didn't want to comment because she's getting them as gifts, and so if that's it, please don't comment. I won't get mad. Okay, so you're just gonna go over. This is his red, you know, part of his suit. This is gonna get covered up with this down here that says Merry Christmas. Okay, but you want to make sure you at least go down into there so that way it gets covered up. You can also do this with a paintbrush. Y'all know I just tend to use makeup sponges. It's just what I'm used to. And as I'm doing the smaller spaces, then I don't have to switch back and forth. I'll make sure I'm in the frame. I will put this up on YouTube. So if you got this kit and you're like, I can't watch the live, it'll be up on YouTube. Facebook is deleting live videos. So these will definitely be up there because some of y'all have said you're not crafting until closer to Christmas, and that's okay. I'm going to go over this, over that, and I'll show you here in a second. And then again, just make sure you go below that line. Doesn't really matter how. If you want to paint the whole thing, you can, but it's not necessary. Okay? So let me show you real quick. So that's all you have to paint on this guy as far as this board goes. So just his face and then basically where his suit is. Okay? All right. I'm going to let this dry because we are going to put 2 coats on there because y'all know red doesn't cover that well. This is what goes on the bottom of that snowman. This is engraved with the laser. Whenever you paint this, you want to do 2 things. You want to paint it a light color because where the laser is, that's dark. So if you were to use black on here, you wouldn't even be able to see it. You want to use a light color, and you want to make sure you use a sponge or a brush. Where'd that come from? A sponge or a brush with very little paint, so it doesn't go down inside there that much. These circles are where little buttons go, so it's okay if those get filled. It's okay. So I was going to use a tan color, but I think I'm going to use white. I used a tan color on the frame. This color. This is that iced coffee that we love. And I need to paint right there. But I don't think it'll pop that well. I think it'll look okay, but I don't think it'll pop that well. So, well, hi, Miss Luann. How are you, my friend? So I'm going to be using Ivory by Waverly, and it's what I used on all the white spots, on the white part. And we're just going to do that. So I did leave some of it to paint with y'all. Not a lot, because like I said, we'd be here for over an hour. Which we may be anyways, you know. But I am going to put this on YouTube. So if you are not painting your Christmas kits till later, that's fine. So I'm going to put some paint on here. Okay. I'm going to dab it off a little. Okay. And I'm going to start where there's no words. Okay. So like down here is where I'm going to start. And I'm just going to dab and dab. It's going to be like the 80s exercise video. Do you guys remember? And 1 and 2. That's what it reminds me of. Okay. As I'm offloading that paint and it's getting less, that's when I'm going to move up here. It just helps. You can also swipe. You don't have to just dab. I happen to dab. I like the way it looks and I like the way it dries. So I just load it up again. And as I come up, I'm just going to go over top of it. You determine how the pouncing, how much you get on it. I know it looks like I'm doing this, but I'm not. I'm barely pouncing. I'm just going fast. And then you can kind of swipe. It's totally up to you. All right, same with this. Now, will it stay out of those letters 100%? Absolutely not, because you and I are human, right? If you get too much in there, you can take a pin, like a sewing pin, a toothpick probably would not work, something really pointy, and dig it out. But I'm okay when I do this if sometimes it gets in a little too much around some of the letters, but I like my stuff to look primitive. So it just depends on what your style is, right? If you have a thin enough marker, you could go back over it in black. Totally up to you. I don't have a marker that thin, but I know people that do wood kits. So totally up to you. So again, I loaded a lot on there. I don't have a piece of paper under me, and I can see it getting on my desk, and I told myself I wasn't going to do that. Look at that. I don't want paint on my desk. It's my work desk, y'all. Like my day job work desk. Okay, hold on. I gotta get some tissue paper. Because why not? Hold on. Hold, please. Sometimes I don't understand myself. I've been sitting here painting without it, but anyways. All right, let's continue. Reloaded my paint. So I'm going to start over here. I'm going to work my way up. You will eventually get to the point where you're going to have to start where the words are. You know, as things get filled up, just remember to not have a whole bunch on your sponge or brush, no matter what you're going to use. Well, hi, Deborah. How are you, my friend? We are doing Christmas. Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. And I want to let you guys know about the Christmas Club too, but I have to get to a point where I don't have to concentrate so much. This reminds me of like an old, I call them penny rugs, but I think they are penny rugs in the Prim world, but they're not where you stack the circles. It's like the loopy felt. Thank you so much for sprinkling, my friend. I think those are still called penny rugs. You know, I always wanted to make one of those and I never did. Never did. I did find out that I'm allergic to real wool. Couldn't touch it. But I still would have liked to have it out of like the wool felt. But I didn't. So on here, because I want mine to look a little primitive, you'll see me dabbing and I'm leaving some of that brown like open. I love that look. If you don't like that look, please don't do that. Don't be like, you said, because I didn't. And go. I actually have had people tell me before, didn't you say? I'm like, no. If you don't like that look, please don't do that. Okay. So I'm just going over, but you can see, and I'm going to go back over it again, but see how some of it doesn't have it on there. Like I said, if you are in the Christmas Club, we're going to have a few changes coming. So April will be the last club where you can just order it on my website. After that, we're going to go subscription style, where you have to sign up. And it will, you can always quit at any time, but it'll come out every month. It will charge your card. All that fun stuff. So many of you are liking it, and I hope you continue to like it. Somebody did mention to me that they wanted to do just an ornament club, where you just do an ornament every month, which is what I wanted to do. So we'll see. Okay, so I definitely got to come back, but you see how you can still read that. Merry Christmas. All right, let's do our final red. Our final red on Old Saint Nick. Anybody know how he got that name? I'm sure I knew at one point. So those of you that got this kit, I will upload this video to YouTube. I don't know how well it's going to be because it's not the correct format, but it will upload. You might just have to make it like super big on your computer when you watch it. I don't know, it might be fine. I don't know. I don't think so. Okay. And then I will hold this one up as well. That way you can see where I painted and where I didn't paint. Because remember, we got pieces for him that are gonna go over top. I forgot I have to paint my candy cane too. I should have painted that. Candy canes take a hot little second to paint, which is okay. Hey, okay. You guys want to see? It'll do it. See? Who wants to see fireworks? Tell me if you want to see fireworks. Oh, you guys, I hope I have enough red. If you want to see fireworks, let me know. Behind me. And I can do fireworks. If you don't, it's okay. I discovered that accidentally when I was FaceTiming my mom. I could not figure out. All of a sudden I seen fireworks behind me and I'm like, what is that? And my mom doesn't have an iPhone, so you have to have an iPhone to be able to do it. Okay. Just like that. All right. So I'm going to hold him up. So this is all you have to paint on the board part on this one is the face, the hat. Make sure you go all the way down to there. And then down here, you want to make sure you go past this little notch right here. Okay? All right, he's done. Same with this Santa. Okay? It's the same concept. You're going to paint the face. You're going to paint the top, and then you're going to paint the bottom. And it's okay to go over top of this because that's where your beard's going to go. Okay? Then with your other Santa, same thing. Paint his face. Make sure you go all the way down here, and then he gets all painted down there. I'm going to hold him up. That way you guys can see him. Okay. Now, let's go back over the white part. Now that I flung my thing over there. Okay. There you go. I think my sponge is drying out over here. And again, you can definitely use paintbrushes. I just like to use a sponge. And I do like when it shows a little bit of that wood through. I'm not gonna lie, I do. I do. But that's what this reminds me of, those old penny rugs. I don't know, does anybody even make those anymore or collect them? Or I've never seen one like in real life. That's why I always wanted one. Me and my friend were going to make one, and I don't know if she ever did. I know I did not. No, I'm just going over, again, lightly tapping. I feel like I'm taking that paint right back off. That's what I feel like it's coming. I probably need to dry in between. Take my advice, dry in between. Then you're just taking the paint right back off. I'm sure y'all know that. Let me see. There we go. Okay, just making sure I have that on. Making sure I am making a mess. Like I said, I don't mind if it has a little bit of that brown on there. I think it kind of looks nice and old-timey. That's just me. I'll show you what happened to the M over here. That way you guys can see where it got painted in a little bit, but it still does not look bad. Again, you want to tap, tap, tap. Light, light, light. And then you can go over it. That'll help. But again, you're light-handed and very little paint. Down there, the circles don't matter. They're just placeholders. So you're putting buttons on there. And I didn't paint my buttons. I left them brown. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. I like it to look old-timey. Okay, so if you guys can see over here on the M, right there, you can see where the paint went inside of it. If you don't like that, you got to scrape it out or get a fine black pen to go over it. But see how my white paint's I need to go back over it again? I'm going to leave it like that. I think I like it. And I said I wasn't sanding, and I think I lied to myself. Okay, let's do that. Okay, next thing we're going to do, and I forgot to grab me a brush, so I got to find a brush, so hold on. I have my red paint out here. So you get a candy cane with one of them. So I always paint mine all white, and then I go back and I do the red. I was gonna lick my brush, but I have water right there. Okay, so I'm gonna take my red paint. I'm gonna put my lid on my white real quick. Okay, I always start on the bottom. No. Yes, I always start on the bottom. You can start wherever you want. I grab paint just on the tip of my brush. I hug one side. Okay? I hug that side and I just bring it around. If it goes over, it goes over. If it doesn't go over that line, it doesn't go over that line. Now, y'all might be able to paint them a lot better than that. Some of you guys have been painting a lot longer than I have, and you know all the ticks. You don't know all the tricks. And that's fine. But that's how I do mine. If you get white over here and you don't like it, you can always bring your red down. I don't mind it as much. It used to really bother me, and now not so much. But you want to make sure that that brush has paint just on the tip and that it's not whiter than the stripe that you're doing. That really helps, because then you don't care what's going on with that other end. It don't matter. Then I flip it, take my brush same way and grab this side. Then I don't care what's going on my right side, because it's not as wide and I already have paint over there. Now this is going to be fun trying to hold this. That's fun. If you don't go over it more than once, you'll probably see the streaks in it. So it's up to you what you want to do as far as painting it more than once. I don't mind if I see the streaks, but you guys know that I sand the heck out of this stuff. So, all right, Sam, go over here, hug that left side. If you get a buildup of paint and you don't want that buildup, you can just go back over it or try to take most of it off before you do your line. And you guys probably can't even see what I'm doing because the way I'm holding this. So there we go. Pretty simple. And if you like the primitive look, then you are gonna love this, okay? If I mess up and I accidentally go over that line, I just go with it and make a new line. I don't repaint. I don't do any of that. It just means that that stripe wanted to be bigger. That's all it means. Okay. You can see I need to go back over that one. Go over. It's going to get a little tricky as it gets down here because it goes smaller. So just turn your brush on its side. Same here. Turn your brush on its side, hug that left side. And widen out. And I know you guys probably can't see it, but even though I painted it white, I can still see, that engraved. See, I went over right there. So I'm just gonna come back over and make a pretend line. Okay. Get low on my red paint, but I don't want to take any more out, so we're gonna take it out of the lid. All right. I should probably dry this, but I'm not going to. This time I'm hugging the right side because of the way I'm holding it, but it's the same thing. To me, it helps to not breathe when you're doing that part. I don't know if you guys have ever shot a gun, but it's the same way. I probably shouldn't have said that word on a Facebook Live. I'll probably get dinged. But it's the same concept. Hold your breath if you can't do the steady line. Okay, just like that. There's the candy cane. And I'm not going to go over it again. Once is good. Okay. So all my pieces now are done except if I want to put a final, and I'm going to put a final on here. Only because the rest of it doesn't look like that. Although I don't think it'll matter, but oops. All right. Oops, I got a little bit too much in there, and that S got some in there, but that's okay. Like I said, you can always do the swipe. You can do the pounce. You can do a brush. Whatever you want to do. Try to hit it where those letters are not. And this is chalk paint that I'm using, so it doesn't matter what kind of paint you're using. But I don't mind if it has a little bit in it anyways. Go over it. It looks cute. I like it. Okay. There we go. I'll hold that up. You guys can see how it kind of looks a little bit rustic. All right, let me dry this. But those of you that buy May's Christmas kit, it'll go on April's Christmas kit. It goes on sale April 1st. And there's going to be a card in there for y'all to do a survey. So whether you've bought it once or you've bought it a few times, I'm going to add, it's a unanimous. I don't think there's a place for you to put your name. I'll have to look. But you could just put Mickey Mouse or, you know, Donald Duck or whatever. So, okay. I'm going to let that dry. The other thing that we have to paint is each one of these Santas has some stars. One says joy and the other ones are just stars with buttons in them. I'm not painting any of the buttons. And I thought we would try Nicole's, Nicole by Afraid Not, her 24 karat gold paint. It's like a metallic. So somebody was telling me that they wanted to find a really good gold paint besides me. So let's see how this works. I should probably use a paint. Oh, that's pretty. That's real pretty. That's real pretty. All right, I'm just gonna get a paintbrush. This one has the word joy, okay? So you wanna make sure on that one you don't, it's same concept, you don't wanna put a lot of paint. I don't know how well this is gonna look on top of brown wood, but we're gonna try it. It's kind of iridescent, which is okay. But we'll see. This is a new color by her. And I got this when I was at the retreat, so I probably should put it on that other thing, but that's okay. I think it's gonna need 2 coats. Oh, that's pretty. Look how pretty that is. You guys see that shimmer? Shimmer, shimmer. Okay. Let's do this one. This would be really pretty on top of a color too, I think. And Nicole's paints don't stink. I have opened, now Waverly has not stunk, neither has Folk Art, but there's a brand, I will not mention their name, that I opened and it smelled so bad. And then I didn't use the rest of it for, I don't even know how long it was, maybe a month or so. And this may be my fault. Maybe I didn't have the lid on well enough and it smelled like poop. And I'm not kidding, it was awful. And again, it may be just, maybe I didn't have the lid all the way and maybe bacteria got, I don't know. Ooh, this is really pretty, you guys. I like this. And it's got, it's definitely shimmery. So if you don't like the shimmer, I just figured we'd try this out and do it gold. Usually, you know, not most people, but some people do like, yellow. Sorry, I was listening to my kid. Him and his brother are talking about something. I heard him say something about self-healing, and I'm like, what? They're playing video games. They're adults. They play online video games. Don't ask me. Okay. So here's the gold. So it's the same thing when you're going over top, right? You want to just go over it ever so slightly, not a lot of paint, or it'll do the same thing as that sponge. It'll go right down inside there. So I'm going to get most of it off my brush, and then I'm going to go over the words or over the letters. Okay, I'm going to do up here. This is really pretty, you guys. And y'all know I'm not a glitter person, but I don't mind a little shimmer on certain things, especially when it comes to Christmas, but I don't want glitter. I cannot stand glitter. And I hate it because all the trees that I love at Hobby Lobby all have glitter on them. Okay, for some reason it's not long. There we go. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. That's really pretty. I like this. I don't know if Nicole watches my videos, but good job, Nicole. And I'm actually okay with, so on our wood pieces, the laser always, you know, it burns the edges, right? And so on some of these, I probably need to go back over the edge, but because it has it on there, but I'm gonna leave it. I don't think I needed to glitter anything else. I love this stuff, y'all. I'm gonna have to try some of her other colors. Oh, okay. All right. There's our stars. There's our stars. Okay. Next. Hey, there's my tape. I was looking for my tape earlier. Now we're going to sand. And I told myself I wasn't going to, and I totally lied. This I'm going to leave. So this is that brown. This is iced coffee. So on the ornament, this is the only part that you have to paint. Okay? Or if you don't want to paint it, this part right here is going to be the color of the wood. So just so you know that. Then you have to paint the frame. So I'm going to sand mine. Y'all know, I don't even know why I lie to myself and tell myself I'm not going to sand. And it's probably going to move you guys because my phone touches the wall. There it goes. Okay. So there's that. This is the snowman for him. I'm just going to go up and down, up and down. Not a whole lot there. But again, I do want him to look tiny. I don't know what happened to my... Okay. Then you have, for that, you have a nose. Things are going to get inked too. You also have some leaves and some berries. Did I grab both? No. Yes. Okay. Then your little snowman has, I keep calling it a snowman. It's a Santa. He has eyebrows. These are not them. He has teeny tiny eyebrows. This, which is like the top of the hat. Not that. His little tiny ball on the end of his hat. And then his mustache. Which I think is this one. I think. I'm almost positive. And then, yes, and then his beard. So your little snowman has all of these pieces, okay? So I'm going to set them over there. The next one you have is your standing snowman, okay? Santa. Why do I keep calling him a snowman? My brain. I apologize because I know there's going to be people on the replay going, that's a snowman. I know. Santa. It's the Santa, Cynthia. You know why? Because my favorite thing is snowmen. That's why. It has to be why. It can't be my menopause brain, Lord. Okay. Go around the edges really well. Y'all, I'm telling you. All right. Okay, there's your Santa. All right, your Santa has a mustache. Your Santa has the thing that goes on the hat. He has some good sized eyebrows. He also has the ball for his hat. And he has a beard, okay? He also has the candy cane. He has the joy. He has a nose. And then he has 2 stars. And the stars are the same size. The smallest star... No, I lied. I lied. He has the smallest star and the joy star. Okay. All right. I'm going to sand this. I usually try to not go across the white because it will sand it pink. It sure will. But I also don't mind sometimes, you know. It's just how it goes. We're going to sand, sand, sand. Just like that. Okay. Now, here's your big guy. Okay. So basically, it's the same 3 Santas, all just different. One you can hang, this one like a sign. One you can stand on a shelf, and the other is your ornament. I think this guy is so cute. Okay, hold on. Oh. I think that's all. Yes. Okay. I hope. Okay. This Santa, same thing. He's got a beard. He's got his hat. He's got his mustache. He's got his little ball. He's got his big old eyebrows. He's got a nose. And he has 2 stars. And he has the bottom. Okay? So, let's start with the big guy. No rhyme or reason, but I do need to get out my inks. We will ink as we get to each one. You don't have to ink if you don't want to, but y'all know I need to ink. Where are my, my buttons? I put them somewhere before my live. I was like, I need to put them there so I don't lose them. Okay, they're in here. Whew. There's buttons that go with other ones too. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. So here's his eyebrows. Again, you guys know I can't have big old bright white. You guys know I can't. And ivory, even though it's an off-white, it's a pretty white. It's pretty white for me. Pretty bright. But I do like the color. It's just awfully white for me. Okay, I'm just going around my edges, making it prim. Here's the mustache. Okay, I don't know if you guys know this about me, but whenever I'm painting something that has a mustache on it, like these, all 3 of these have a mustache, what I have to do is I have to go, I must ask you a question. I have to do that. It's a requirement. If you get the kit, you have to do it as well. Okay? Promise me you guys will do it. All right, again, going around the edges. Going around the edges. Uh-oh. Going around the edges. I think I need a new dauber. It's starting to get kind of ugh, like breaking apart. Ugh. Okay. All right. There's the beard. Okay. This will get the same treatment. It's gonna go around, just hit or miss, da-da-da. And we'll go on the top. Oh, I just love this one. Okay. Now, like I said, he does have buttons, and he has holes at the top that'll get a wire hanger. Maybe. I can get stuff out. Okay, we got lots of buttons, people, lots of buttons. Okay, this is your stand. So we're gonna put a stand on him. And, okay, the little teeny tiny buttons are what go on here. So I wanna make sure I grab those. There we go. Okay, then you have other buttons, and we'll get to those. This guy has another small button, but it's not as small as these, and you should have, that one goes with the big guy. Okay, so the next smallest, that goes with the standing one. And then you have 2 big buttons, and then these. The 2 big buttons go with the standing snowman. And by the way, when I send this to you, all that should have been in one bag. And then the 2 bigger-ish buttons go in the middle of here. So, well, hi, Doreen. I can't wait for you to start. I hope you got your email. Shopify is being so crazy. They're supposed to notify me when there's an email, and they didn't. So I apologize. It was going to the Old Rusty Shed email, but not to Shopify. I don't know what was going on. And this will be uploaded to YouTube because, you know, Facebook is getting rid of videos, live videos after 30 days, and they are, because I've gotten the thing saying, hey, you need to delete this one or save it. So, all right, there is my glue. My glue. I can't wait to see you guys do yours either. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna glue this on just because I know where this goes. Okay, you wanna line it up at the bottom. Like I said, this reminds me of an old penny rug. You know, I don't ever see penny rugs when I shop at the antique stores. So I'm assuming everybody's kept them. All right, make sure that's on there. Okay. Oops. His eyebrows are flowing around. They're flowing around. Okay, here's his big beard. If I use the brown Waverly Wax Divine. Okay, if I use the brown Waverly Wax. Do I wax first, then use the black edge? So are you talking about using this stuff after along with it? Is this what you mean? If so, you want to use your wax last. So you want to put this, well, I don't know that it matters. Because I think eventually our supplies get all mixed up. When I've done it before, I think I've used this first and then I go in with the wax. But I don't know that it matters. Other than you're going to get wax in this, but I really don't think it matters. But I think usually I do this and then I add wax if I need it. But I think I've done it both ways. But I know the one from Waverly is like, it's different than like the wax that I use. I would say use the wax last because it'll take it back off, if that makes sense. Okay, let me put this down here. Y'all. Okay, hold please. And there's little lines for you to line it up, just like that. I would do this and this at the same time, just because you want that to line up. Oh! That's the wrong one. I'm like, wait a minute. This is the one for the bigger one. I think I've done it both ways, Doreen, but I know the Waverly wax comes off. I mean, this is water-based too, but I would probably try the inking first and then do the wax. Y'all, that cracked me up. I was like, what is going on with these pieces? Oh, I about gave myself a heart attack. So this way you can play around and move this until your glue dries. And then this is how he will look before you put his outstanding. I love his eyebrows. As y'all see, I don't have eyebrows. I need to get me an eyebrow pencil. My eyebrows went bye-bye at some point in time. Okay, dry fit this because it only goes on a certain way. And that's not the way. This is so stinking cute. I hope you guys really like these kits. I really like these kits. Okay. All right. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, keep going. I just told you guys to dry fit it and listen to me, not even taking my own words of advice. Y'all, Oh, I'm cracking myself up. Okay, here's his big old eyebrows. Now, his eyes, you'll have to paint them in. I did not bring over paint to do that. I totally forgot. But I love his eyebrows. Santa should have big, thick eyebrows. That's what I say. I'm so excited for you to, you guys don't realize, well, maybe you do realize, I shouldn't say that. But like, I love that you guys first entrust me to, you know, send you cute kits. But I just love when people get excited to create, whether it's Christmas or whatever it is. I've told y'all I was going to do my business model where all I did was Christmas year round. But then I love fall and I'm like, okay. But I could seriously do Christmas year round and nothing else. But, okay. All right, and then his big nose goes in the middle. It's got a big old nose. And it sits right at the top of that mustache. And I'll hold it up here in a second. You guys can see. If I can get it on there straight. So it sits right at the top like that. Right at the top. Okay. Now you're going to do all your little circles down. I mean your buttons down here. Okay. And I did not paint mine. I also don't care if the 4 little holes are going all the same way. I know some of you do not, would have me turn them. But I'm actually okay if they're not all going the same direction. I mean, this one needs just a little bit more. But I wanted it to be just brown like the wood, so I didn't stain them or nothing. Oh, my chair. Hi, Mom. You're at Walmart. He took off and you can't find him. Oh, no. That's awesome, Doreen. I know, I could do fall and Christmas all year. And there's bunnies that I like too, but I'm the same way. I think a lot of crap people are that way. Got little paint chippies in there. Okay, now your stars, you can put them wherever you want. I'm gonna put them right here. The person that designed this file, that's where she had them. And I liked it, I thought it looked cute. Oh goodness. But you could put them wherever you want, so just know that. A lot of times I do not, I won't put to where to tell, I don't put the engraved part on stuff like this, so you guys can put them wherever you want. You think he has dementia, Mom? Probably. There are days where I feel like I have it too. All right, let me grab my wire. So there's little holes at the top for your wire. Okay, and what I like to do is I like to bring the wire through. I should probably wait till all this glue dries, but you know, oh, this is way too big. Cynthia, did you guys get wire, Doreen? Did I put wire in yours? I want to say I did. If so, it's really big, but it depends, you know. It's a little hole at top, so okay. And I like to just twist mine, but I like the twist to be where it shows. Some people don't. If not, then you can put it on the back side, but I like to put it on the front. Mom, you will probably have it too, I tell you. Sad to say, but dementia is pretty common, unfortunately. Yeah, this is still way too big because I don't like my wires to be that high. Okay, hold on. Did you try calling him, Mom? Okay, this is gonna be, so I like mine to be very small. I don't like it to hang with a big hanger, but that's just me. Let me go in this way. It's totally up to you how you want to do yours. But I think I included wire. I don't know what I'm doing. Uno momento, por favor. And I just kind of twist it on itself and twist it on itself. Oh, okay. No, I didn't. Okay, I thought I included wire. It might have been with a different one. Okay, hold on. There we go. Check in the bag and see if there's wire in there. I swear I thought I put wire in there. It might have been one of the other kits. All right, so there he is. There is Mr. Santa. I almost called him a snowman again. He does need to have eyes. I will put eyes on him afterwards because I did not bring my black paint over here. But there you go. Again, I'm going to upload this to YouTube so that way, you know, you guys will have it until YouTube decides it doesn't want to store videos anymore. All right, so there's that one. I'm going to leave him over there. Next, we're going to do our ornament. This one is Cutie Patootie. You do small wire and twist it. Okay. Yeah, the wire I use is stove pipe wire, but it's because I can't ever find any other wire. I know I used to use rusty wire and then it started making me itch and I don't know why. So I had to stop using that. But the snowman each is pretty much the same, just in different formats. So you have a standing one, you have an ornament, and then you have your big sign, or, you know, some people call them door hangers. If you put him on your door, make sure he does not get with the elements because it is MDF wood and it will not last. I don't even recommend putting a sealer if it's gonna get wet or something like that. So some people do and they seal it and it's just fine, but I don't want you to ruin your project. So, okay, just like that. All right, let's move that. And here goes this little guy. I love this guy. I think he's super cute. Well, hopefully, Mom, you find him. You can always overhead page him. That's my mom. She's out shopping with my uncle, her brother. Okay. You just want to line it up. I'm going to hold it up because I know the bottom's lined up, but the top is not. Just like that. Super cute. Again, you want to paint the inside in there because that's going to show. And the outside, unless you want to leave it the wood color. Okay, then you have your outline there for the snowman. See? Santa body. We're just going to call him a snowman. That's all there is to it. And he's going to go just like that. If you need to adjust, you can adjust. Just like that. Okay. Then we are going to put on the beard and the hat at the same time, kind of like we did the other one. And you can see on here, it's probably going to be hard to tell, but on yours, even though you paint it, you can still see the engraved part, even if you paint it. So you just want to line it up. Just like that. And then this little piece that you're probably going, what in the world is that? That's the top half. And it sits just like that. So you want to make sure those pieces line up. And it's just like this. Okay. All right. Then, just like with the other one, no wire. Okay. I wasn't sure if I put it in there or not. Sometimes on the kits I do, and sometimes I don't. All right. Line up your little fuzz ball. Stick them on there. Then your mustache. And the mustache, your mustache lines up with these two pieces right here on that beard. And I'll hold that up because I know, to me, this one looked a little more confusing than the bigger ones. And it's probably just because it's small. Okay. Then his little nose goes in the middle towards the top. Then his little eyebrows, well, hold on, he's got a crooked nose because it moved. His eyebrows go right where these things are. These two little wonky things, those are his eyebrows. They're going to sit right on top. So you want to get your right and left. And you're just going to put a little bit of glue. And it's going to sit, ooh, that one went flying, right on top. And when I show you it, it'll make sense. I actually had to have my daughter-in-law help me with this because I was like, where do these eyebrows go? And she's like, what? And then she showed me and I was like, okay, that makes sense. I was like, what in the world? You can do the eyes probably before you put this on, but I use one of those little stylus things so it'll fit. Okay, so that's how his eyebrows go on. So they're 3D. He's got some eyebrows. He's definitely got some eyebrows. All right, and then these. You can put them wherever you want. They go on the top and the bottom, but if you choose to put them somewhere else, you definitely can. Again, it's one of those things where you could put them on the side if you wanted to. If you didn't like them at all, you could just leave them off. Okay. And let me look to make sure that they're even and looking all good. Okay, there we go. And then you just put your little berries on. The berry that has all the lines, that's the complete circle. That's the berry that goes on top, or in this case on the bottom. If you try to put it the other way, it won't sit right. You'll notice that it looks weird. So, okay, just like that. And there he is, all finished. Now, I usually put a jute hanger on him. So let me grab my jute. My jute. Oh, I do have scissors out. He would be cute with some beads with a little bow. I used to do that quite often, but I do like the primitive simplicity of it, so I'm not going to put anything on there. Just like that, and then tie a knot at the top. And let's see if I got that through. Yeah, okay. It also bothers me when these aren't even. I don't know why, because everything else I don't mind, right? Okay, so there is the Santa ornament. Okay. All right. Let's do our last thing and then we'll look at them all together. So this is your standing Santa. If you don't want to have him stand with the stand for the back of him, you could just lean him. You could punch a hole in them and make them a big old ornament. You could put them on a piece of wood. So many different things that you could do with him. That's already done because I thought it went on the other one. So I'm just gonna ink. And y'all, when I ink my edges, I don't worry about it getting perfect, but that's just me. Okay, here's the candy cane. And I did sand it because y'all know I like it sanded. Even though I told myself in the beginning of the video, I'm not even gonna sand anything. And then what do? I sand. Because it's very hard for me to not. There's only a few times where I've not even inked stuff. And I probably went back and inked it after the live because it bothered me. It's kind of funny because I learned this technique back when I used to scrapbook. So, and now it's just stuck with me. And a lot of people that used to do toll painting, they do the highlighting and stuff. I never learned how to toll paint. I was young then with little kids and I didn't sew back. I mean, I didn't paint back then, I sewed. And so I never learned to do all that, but I think it's beautiful. But this is my highlighting. That's how I highlight. Okay, and then I'm gonna not do the stars, and I'm not gonna do the backer or the other buttons, okay? All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get his beard on. Do y'all think Santa ever gets food stuck in it? Do you think Mrs. Claus is always like, Nick, Saint Nick, you got Santa, you got food in there? My husband does not have a beard or a mustache, but my oldest does. Okay, and this is the top with dried glue, which I hate, but we're gonna make it work. And again, he goes right over top. Doreen, what I do is I paint the candy cane all white, and then I just take my brush, and you'll see it, and then I just take a brush that's thinner than the inside, and I hug the line, and whoosh, and then I come over here, and I hug the line, and whoosh, and then I fill it in, and if I go over that line, I just make that the new line. And primitive style, when you sand, it helps hide all the imperfections. But I understand what you're saying. But I paint it white first, and then I go over it red. Okay, just like that. Then let's put on this. Can I get it in the first try? Let's see. Nope. Darn. Can I get it in the second try? Yay. But I understand. Somebody taught me to do it that way. I don't know who it was. I can't remember. And ever since then, that's what I do. And it's really, really helpful. Oh, did I do it? Nope, I didn't get it right yet. You guys, I lied. Oh, now I'm kind of sad. There it goes. I almost had it right. All right, there we go. Okay, just like that. All right, then we're gonna do our mustache. Again, the edges of your mustache is what lines up with that. Just like that. Then we're gonna put his big bushy eyebrows on next, because they go down inside. So you want to make sure you have your right and your left. You don't want him looking like a crazy Santa Claus. We don't need no crazy Santas. Yes, I agree. I agree with the Waverly. I'm slowly switching to chalk paint because I have noticed that I'm really loving it a lot better than acrylic. Nothing wrong with acrylic, but I am. Okay, so just like this. Okay, now let's put his big nose on. That's not very nice, I shouldn't say that, but he does have a big nose. Okay, just like that. Now, it does have the outline over here for the star, and it, let me see, yeah, I can see it if I hold it up. It does not have it for the candy cane, but it has the 2 circles for the button. So, I'm going to put the star on. If I can see it. It helps when you hold it up to the light. There it goes. Ooh. Joy. Okay. And, y'all, I'm getting old. I can't see. I also need a ring light. I do. Okay. Just like that. Now I'm going to put it on the outside. Again, I don't have to have my 4s going the same way. I know some people do, and that's A-okay. A-okay. Okay. Next, we have this one. So you just, the littlest of the stars goes on here. But again, you can put them wherever you want. If you don't want a star over here, you don't have to. And then the little button goes on in the middle. You could even put jute on there. For me, that's just too much. And then his candy cane goes over here. And there's no line, so you can put it wherever you want, however you want. And it's just going to sit just like that. Okay? We're going to give it a second. And we're going to put our backer on. So he comes with a backer, stand, I mean. If you don't want him to have that, you don't have to. You can have him lean. You could put wire in him. You could put a Jenga block in the back. You could put him on a piece of wood. Oh, that would be cute. Like a piece of wood and make it like a piece of framed art or something. Totally up to you. So I'm going to make sure all this is not moving, because we don't want to lift it up and have stuff everywhere. So this is your stand, okay? It comes with a flat piece like this, square. Then it comes with these 3 U-shaped. And then it comes with this, okay? This one is made to come out. The one that comes with our other frame has the little side pieces on it. This one, you can take this out so that he lays down flat when it's not in season. Okay, so let me flip this over. I don't want that stuff to move. So he's gonna stand like this. Here's your stand. If you put this way up here, he's gonna lean back. So I would say probably right here. So just above that little part right here. So right here, okay? But you decide where you want that to be. And again, it's totally up to you. You don't have to use the stands. So first thing you're gonna do is put this down. Now, it's gonna take a while for it to glue, so I'm gonna use this as well with it. You found Kenny? Okay, good. Good. Okay. First piece that's gonna go on is your square piece, rectangle piece. So I use this glue. If I was not on live, I would just let it sit. But since I'm on live, I'm gonna use hot glue. Y'all know my love-hate relationship with that stuff. And it's gonna go right here. If you put this on and you decide, oh, I don't like where that's at, just heat it up and, you know, you can move it. Totally up to you. Okay? Then you're going to put all 3 of these together. They're just stacking on top of each other. So I'm going to put glue And then I'm going to put a little hot glue because we want it to hold while we're on our live. And you just stack them right on top of each other. You want to make sure that they are pretty level. That's why I hate hot glue. You're welcome, Doreen. Okay, this. The hot glue is just holding it a little. That's all it's doing. Okay. Now, when you put it on, hold on, I did it wrong. This goes on first, not this. This goes on top. Y'all, I knew I was gonna do that because look, that, hello. Now you guys get to see me take it off. I knew that was wrong. I knew it when I did it. I was like, Cynthia, that's wrong. My brain was like, Cynthia, that's wrong. And I'm like, oh no, that's fine. It's okay. And if I didn't have hot glue, it'd come right off. But, okay. Let's get this off without breaking it, shall we? Oh, it's that hot glue. It's that hot glue. I don't have my spatula for it anymore. This goes on top. Y'all, I'm trying not to break the top. There we go. All right. I was like, wait a minute, right when I did it. My brain was like, stop. And I was like, no. Man, now I gotta get this part off. Hold, please. Hold, please. This goes on. And then this goes over it, so that way this stays in there. Y'all. He was had his head in his feet. I'm telling you. This is the hardest part of it. And it's really not that hard. So put your 3 pieces together and put these on the back. And if your brain is like, that doesn't make sense, go with your brain. Because it knows. Hot glue. That's funny. Oh, I crack myself up sometimes, y'all. I truly do. I truly do. You're on your way home from Walmart? Okay. All right. So just like this, then this goes on top. Now I gotta get all this yucky glue off. Oh, y'all. You want this to be flat. I tell you. This is why I hate hot glue for this stuff. Because it sticks. It really sticks. See, I'm afraid. Let me try sanding it off. I could flip it and that would be fine too. Because it's the back. But okay. I'm afraid that's not going to sit level. All right, ugly side up it is. Ugly side up it is. And we're going to do just a dab. And just sit that right on top. Okay. So unlike our stand for our picture frame that's permanent, where it has to stay on there, you blame it on old age. I just crack myself up. So the one like our picture frame is, that has to stay, the kickstand stays on all the time. But because this has that open part, when Christmas is done, you lay it flat, you put it away. So your stand, you don't glue it. I mean, you could if you want, but I don't. Stick it in that hole. Let me make sure it's on there. It is. Stick it in the hole. It's going to be in there pretty tight. And then he stands just like that. Hold on. There he goes. Just like that. So he leans a little. Let me turn it so hopefully you guys can see it. So when you put it there, he does have some lean. He's not straight up, but he's leaning. And if somebody knocks him over, he's not going to break. That's another reason why I like this kind of stand. And then when Christmas is over, you just take it out, put it down, put it however you're going to pack them away till next year. So again, it just goes in that little slit, just like that. And just like that. Okay. Will it withstand an earthquake? Absolutely not. Will it stand somebody coming by and shaking the table? Yes. Will it stand a cat knocking it over? Probably not. So, all right, let me go ahead and I'm going to tilt this just a little. So here is your standing guy. Okay, super cute, super cute. I'm going to put him over there. Let me put my glue up. Then you have, in March kit, you got your same snowman, Santa in his ornament. Remember, every kit comes with an ornament, at least, sometimes more than one. And then you have, and I need to put eyeballs on him. And then this is your Santa sign that says Merry Christmas. So you got all three of these for March. So April's will go on sale April 1st, and there's going to be a survey in there on the card for you guys to take. So if you don't buy an April one, it's okay. You'll get an email, so don't worry about that. But I want some feedback on the kits and all that stuff. But these are the three that they got for March. So I cannot wait for you guys that got the kit to do them. Again, probably tomorrow I will try and upload it to YouTube because, you know, Facebook is getting rid of it. And I know some of you are not doing your kits until later on. So thanks, Mom. And again, you just take this down. You can put it like that, put it next to it, and store it for the next year. So I love how they turned out. They're super primitive, which is what I love. So, all right, friends, I'm going to hop off of here. It is already 7:30. I came on later today because I had to go to the dentist. They could not save my crown. I actually have to get what's left of that tooth pulled and eventually get an implant or just leave it. I haven't decided yet. So that's going to be probably $1 million. You guys know how that expensive implants and things are. And then by the time I got home, it was dinner. So I'm glad I could come on later. Thank you so much for those of you that buy these kits. I love Christmas. Could do it all year round, and I hope y'all are loving it too. Yeah, so look forward to April's kit. I will be live. Let's see, I will be live tomorrow with another wood kit. We do have some new kits on there. And then I have a couple more that I have to get on there. So everything else is on there for spring. Next, we'll be moving on to summer and 4th of July kits. All right, friends, I love y'all. Thanks so much for visiting me, and you guys have a good evening. Bye, guys.